I want you to imagine this. A scientist walks up to you and offers a pill. Take it, she says, and you'll never die. You'll stay young, strong, healthy, forever. No sickness, no aging, no final breath. At first, it sounds like the ultimate dream, the chance to cheat the one enemy no one has ever beaten. But pause for a moment and let the weight of forever sink in. No goodbyes, no endings. Just an endless line of tomorrows stretching beyond imagination. Would it really be heaven? Or would it slowly become hell? That's the paradox of immortality. We think living forever would solve our problems, but history, science, and philosophy suggest it could rob life of the very things that make it meaningful. It's the immortality trap, the hidden cost of endless existence. For as long as humans have walked the earth, we've been obsessed with escaping death. The Epic of Gilgamesh, one of the oldest stories ever written, is about a king's desperate quest for eternal life. Ancient alchemists searched for the elixir of immortality. Today, Silicon Valley billionaires pour fortunes into longevity research, hoping to stretch human life to centuries, maybe more. The dream never dies, but neither do the doubts. Why? Because endings give life shape. A novel that never concludes, a song that never resolves, a movie that never cuts to credits. Eventually, the experience stops feeling profound and starts feeling empty. Mortality isn't just a curse, it's a frame. It forces urgency, purpose, and gratitude. Take away the frame and you risk losing the picture. Consider a fictional story of Anna, who is offered the chance to live forever. At first, it's exhilarating. She learns languages, travels endlessly, collects skills like souvenirs. But decades stretch into centuries, and slowly the novelty wears off. Friends die, lovers fade, children grow old while she stays the same. She tries again and again to build new connections, but the pattern repeats. After hundreds of years, the thrill turns to numbness. Nothing surprises her anymore because she's seen it all. Her life, infinite in length, becomes paper-thin in depth. This isn't just fantasy. Philosophers have wrestled with this dilemma for centuries. Bernard Williams, in his famous essay The Macropulis Case, argued that immortality would eventually lead to unbearable boredom. Without the possibility of death, our projects lose urgency. Why write a book now if you have infinite time? Why fall in love today if tomorrow stretches on forever? Immortality, he suggested, would strip away the spark that makes us human. Now some people argue the opposite. They say more time means more chances to grow, to love, to learn. And that's true, to a point. But imagine living through not just 1 century, but 10. Civilizations rise and fall around you. Technology shifts so quickly that every 50 years you feel like a foreigner in your own world. The very identities you build might crumble again and again until you wonder, who am I after all this change? Neuroscience even suggests the human brain isn't built for endless novelty. We adapt. The new becomes normal. The extraordinary becomes routine. Psychologists call it hedonic adaptation. That dream vacation, give it time and it becomes just life. Now imagine applying that to eternity. Every wonder eventually turns ordinary. The more you stretch the line of life, the flatter the experience becomes. There's also a moral cost. If you never die while others do, inequality deepens. Imagine a small group of immortals holding power for centuries, while generations live and die beneath them. Progress might stall, change might freeze. The very cycle that refreshes societies, the passing of the torch, would break. Immortality could trap humanity in the grip of the few who refuse to leave. Yet here's the deepest layer of the paradox. Our fear of death drives us to seek immortality, but our acceptance of death is what gives life its intensity. Think about your most cherished memories. The first kiss, the laughter of a child, the thrill of watching a sunrise. Part of what makes them precious is knowing they don't last. If you could have them endlessly, they might lose their magic. Death is not the opposite of life, but part of its rhythm, giving weight to every fleeting moment. Let me share another story, this one real. In Japan, there's a philosophy called mono no aware, which means the gentle sadness of things. It's the idea that beauty is tied to impermanence. Cherry blossoms are breathtaking not because they last, but because they bloom and fall within weeks. The Japanese celebrate this fleeting beauty precisely because it reminds them of life's fragility. If cherry blossoms bloomed year-round, they'd become background scenery. It's their brevity that makes them unforgettable. Apply that to our lives. The limited nature of our time gives us reason to savor it. Immortality, instead of granting infinite meaning, could erase it. It's the scarcity of moments that makes them shine. So where does that leave us? The immortality trap doesn't mean we should welcome death eagerly or stop striving for longer, healthier lives. Medicine, science, and care should keep improving how long and how well we live. But it does mean recognizing that death isn't just the enemy, it's also the reason every moment matters. Think of it this way. If you knew you had 1,000 years to finish a painting, would you start today? Maybe not. But if you knew you had only a few months, you'd pour yourself into every stroke. Life works the same way. The countdown, whether we acknowledge it or not, is what pushes us to begin, to love, to risk. So maybe the secret isn't conquering death. Maybe it's learning to see its shadow as the reason the light feels so warm. Maybe immortality isn't the dream we should chase, but rather intensity within the time we're given. The immortality trap teaches us this. It's not the length of life that matters, but the depth. Living forever might leave us hollow, but living fully within our limits can make our brief existence infinite in meaning. So tonight, instead of longing for endless tomorrows, notice the today you have. Call someone you love. Step outside and watch the sky darken. Breathe the air deeply, knowing this moment will never come again. That awareness, fragile, fleeting, finite, is what makes it extraordinary. And maybe, just maybe, it's better than forever.